internet, it's Tom here and welcome to the season finale of season 2 of the FC24 Liverpool career mode show. And let me know in the comments below what kind of transfer or transfers do you want to see for season 3, where should we upgrade the squad. And we have already won a mini treble, winning the League Cup, the Premier League and the Community Shield, but we could get a clean sweep of all domestic English trophies if we manage to win the FA Cup, and we are monumental, huge favourites against Bristol City. This would be one of the biggest shocks in FA Cup history if Bristol City could upset the mighty Liverpool, and this is our best squad at the moment, but Virgil van Dijk is getting a little bit older, so let me know which player or which players should I sign and who should we sell in the summer transfer window as well. And also I want to take the time to thank you, all of you guys, for your awesome support throughout season 2. I got sick during the Christmas period, so there was a week where I couldn't really record or edit videos, especially the career mode videos. They take a long time, but I will be back as soon as season 3 starts with very regular uploads. My aim is to upload at least 4 episodes per week, maybe even 5. And Bristol City are a 3.5 star team, but they went all the way in the FA Cup, and let's check out their top scorers. So Mehmeti and Matty James are their 2 top scorers, and they have a pretty average team, average squad, but they did very well to get to the FA Cup final. We are huge favorites, let's win this. And as usual, I always play the cup finals on ultimate difficulty with 5-minute halves. I play every game on ultimate difficulty, but the cup finals are played with 5-minute halves, so you guys get more entertainment, and I'm going with my best team.
It is a special occasion and always one to be cherished. Who will go down in history as the winners of the FA Cup? Don't miss a single second of the action. It's all live on EA TV.
Oh, go on, Salah. Soboslai already? Oh, unlucky. Robertson, Luis Diaz, Salah, oh, save. Oh my goodness, Cheka skips past me and he can go all the way, but Van Dijk, brilliant tackle. Sangare, Darwin, Nunez to McAllister, another big save. Come on, sooner or later, surely we can get the opening goal, because Luis Diaz, oh, the poor shot. Darwin, Diaz, surely, yes, Luis Diaz, it's 1-0 Liverpool. It's a little bit of a lucky goal, but I will take it, and we are up and running in the FA Cup final. Somehow the ball, after Darwin Nunez's brilliant high pressing, bubbles through to Diaz, and the hero of the semi-final scores in the final as well. Diaz loves this competition. That's 6 goals for him in 5 games. Surely he's the FA Cup top scorer. Soboslai, Salah, and McAllister, another save. Oh my goodness, Alisson and Diaz. Go on, Trent. Salah, Darwin Nunez, Mo Salah, and Diaz. It's another goal for Luis Diaz. This guy in the FA Cup, that's 7 goals in 5 FA Cup games. It's a brilliant over-the-top through ball, and look how unselfish Salah is, and Diaz will not miss from there. Oh no, I took out my own player. Sangare. Oh, Cheka is in. I got him, I think. Yes. Yes. Brilliant defending. Diaz. Soboslai! He can... No! I thought he won the FA Cup. Oh, how do you miss that, Soboslai? I'm making 5 substitutions because it's time to freshen up the team. Oh my goodness. Look at this guy, how fast he is! And Bristol City, who had no shots in the second half, suddenly come back into the game, and we have been so wasteful with our finishing. And Corny blasts one home. Go on. Gakpo. Jota. Gakpo. Unbelievable how he missed there. Gravenberg. Little Harvey Elliott. Surely. Salah! No way, man! I can't believe it! Yes! We have done it! It was a lot closer in the scoreline than it should be or should have been. But the most important thing is we complete the domestic treble or quadruple if you add the Community Shields to that. Absolutely brilliant, marvelous season, and surely that will convince the board to keep me on for another season. And Virgil van Dijk can lift another trophy. Now this is much more like it. The FA Cup trophy is lovely, it's shining brightly, and Virgil van Dijk can lift the trophy. He's smiling, he's absolutely looking forward to it. Just a few weeks after lifting the Premier League trophy, it's another really big trophy. After 2022 we win the FA Cup again, and now Liverpool have, I think, 9 FA Cup trophies with this victory. The big upset of the season is that we went out of the last 16 in the Champions League, and last season we failed to win the Europa League as well. So next season my biggest aim will be to win the Champions League trophy, because that's the big one. That's the big trophy that is still missing from our trophy cabinet. But this team has been absolutely fantastic, and even with Mo Salah being out for 7 months with an injury, we could still win 4 trophies out of the 5 trophies on offer for Liverpool in any given season. Absolutely brilliant, remarkable season. And of course the players go in to celebrate with their pictures taken with the FA Cup. You always want to have these pictures. Absolutely glorious, glorious scenes at Wembley. And look at the players celebrating winning the FA Cup. And I mean, we should have scored 5 goals at least. Our finishing was not the best today, but the most important thing is to win these cup finals. It really doesn't matter the scoreline. I would have liked to win by 4 or 5 goals. That would have been much more realistic. They had 10 of my shots blocked. That is incredible. Bristol City are a really tough side. How they got to the final, because they are a really dogged, determined side and they take their chances. But yeah, we were massive favorites and we brought the trophy home. And their goalkeeper actually only made 3 saves. But the most important thing is we have won the FA Cup. A huge achievement for Liverpool, winning the mini quadruple. It's not, of course, as impressive as the real quadruple that Liverpool were very, very close to in the 22-23 season, or 21-22 season, yeah. And here am I with Alisson doing a press conference with the FA Cup trophy. That is absolutely magical. And I also extended the contracts of Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah, because when you have players who are 32, 33 years old, if you leave them on 1-year contract and the new season starts, they might announce their retirement next season. But this way we can say that hopefully Salah and Van Dijk will stay at Liverpool for at least 2 more seasons. And Bayern Munich won the Champions League. Musiala is parading with the trophy. They beat Inter Milan 2-1. Darwin Núñez was our top scorer and probably player of the season. He was involved in 45 goals in 49 games, which is like amazing. That's like prime Mo Salah numbers. Dominik Szoboszlai also was our best midfielder of the season. 32 goal contributions in 52 games. Luis Diaz had a much improved season. Last season he was a little bit less effective in front of goal. It's a real shame that Mo Salah got injured for 7 months. Last season he was our top scorer with 40 something goals, and this season he scored 13 goals only and 4 assists. So hopefully next season Salah can score a lot more. Gakpo also Gravenberg scored a lot lot of goals from midfield, and McAllister as well. Gakpo was a little bit goal shy, even though he got a big chance replacing Salah on the right wing, but that was not his best position. And Jota again had a little bit of a goal shy season, but he was hit with injuries as well. Harvey Elliott had another really good season, but he only improved by 1 rating. Rudolf Kish was amazing in the championship for Bournemouth. We can only see his cup results, and they actually 5 goals in 7 games in the cups is amazing. Fabio Carvalho, a little bit of an underwhelming season, but he's still growing and developing and improving. But he needs to start scoring more goals. 4 goals and 6 assists is not too bad, but he played a lot of times without impacting the game. Curtis Jones is now a bit part player, and also Trent Alexander-Arnold had a brilliant season, just like Andy Robertson, and Tsimikas also was really good, just like Joe Gomez. They all scored 1 goal each. Konate improved by 2 rating as well. He's only 26 years old. Virgil van Dijk went down by 2 rating, but as I said, I will give Van Dijk 1 more season at least, maybe even 2 if his rating doesn't drop down too much. Alisson is still going strong, just like Wataru, and I will keep Endo for at least 1 more season, because in real life he's doing brilliantly, and as long as, I want to keep as many real life players as possible. Marquinhos is also staying. He had a fantastic season, just like Sangare, and Grabara as well. But João Gomes, I will probably put him on the transfer list. Let me actually put him on the transfer list, because Bajcetic will come back from his loan spell, and then João Gomes will have a fantastic opportunity to play somewhere else. He's still out injured, as you can see, with an ACL injury that really wrecked his career. Conor Bradley probably needs 1 more season on loan to be really good, and Lacroix only played 17 games for us. That's a shame, but next season, with Van Dijk going down and with us being involved in a lot of games, he will have a really big part to play. And yeah, we have a lot of young players out on loan. Stevenson's contract is running out, and this guy improved massively after we changed his position from center midfield to right wing, and he's going out to Augsburg on loan. So I don't want to sign too many players, because once a player actually is getting too old, we might replace him with youth academy players. Kelleher is now very close to replacing Grabara. Should we actually sell Grabara and bring Kelleher back from his loan spell from Hoffenheim? I'm actually tempted to do that, And we have a lot of players. Ben Doak now improved by 4 rating, probably needs another loan as well. This guy improved massively after we converted him from a defender to an attacking midfielder. Bajcetic is now good enough for the Liverpool first team, so Bajcetic will be like a new signing next season. He will replace João Gomes in the squad probably, and these guys probably need to improve a little bit more. But long term, we need replacements for Van Dijk, Salah, Alisson, Endo, Marquinhos, Robertson. That's the big challenge of this career mode, to bring through the next generation of young, brilliant players. So I already showed you the Premier League table, but just to recap, we won the Premier League title by 6 points ahead of Man United. Newcastle finished second last season, finished third. Man City sneaked into 4th place on the last day of the season. Aston Villa and Chelsea and Brentford qualified for Europe now that we have won the FA Cup as well. Arsenal and Tottenham miss out on qualifying for Europe. And West Brom, newly promoted West Brom, got relegated back down to the Championship, but newly promoted Leicester and Leeds United stayed up, and they are 2 really big clubs, so I'm happy actually that they stayed up. And Wolves got relegated. It was last day drama. We won the Community Shield on penalties against Manchester City, which I'm super happy about. And we won the FA Cup against Bristol City, but this was not the hardest game of the FA Cup run. It was the Man City semi-final. So we knocked Man City out of the Community Shield, of the FA Cup, and I think we knocked them out in the League Cup as well, correct me if I'm wrong. We knocked out Exeter in the FA Cup and Coventry before, and Brentford as well before we had to do a really big run. And we knocked out Arsenal in the League Cup final 2-1. So both our domestic cup finals ended in 2-1 victories. We knocked out Bradford City in the semi-finals. So we ended Arsenal's run and Liverpool and Man City's run in both the League Cup and the FA Cup, which is super impressive. And also we beat Man City twice in cup competitions on penalties, in the League Cup quarterfinals and in the Community Shield final as well. So that is super impressive, and I'm really happy that I won 2 really big penalty shootouts and we knocked out Man United. So in the League Cup, Man United, Man City and Arsenal we have beaten, and in the FA Cup we've beaten Arsenal and Manchester City on the way to winning the trophy. Man United, who won the Champions League somehow last season, they won the European Super Cup. Sporting won the Europa League last season, and this season it was Bayern Munich who won the Champions League, so at least not an English club. Arsenal went to the semi-finals, which is embarrassing for Arsenal that they couldn't qualify for Europe, never mind the Champions League. They couldn't qualify even for the Conference League after going to the semi-finals of the Champions League. And my biggest regret of the season is going out against Dortmund on penalties. So not all of the penalty shootouts were lucky for us, but you know, there was huge refereeing controversy in the Dortmund-Liverpool game where the referee didn't give us a clear Stonewall penalty. And AC Milan, the European giants who won the Champions League 7 times, they won the Europa League against Villarreal. Celtic and Fenerbahce couldn't get to the final in the Europa League, and Man City lost to AC Milan in the quarterfinals of the Europa League. But next season Man City will be back in the Champions League, and judging how strong their squad is, probably that's where they belong. Aston Villa lost to Ajax, that should be disappointing for them, and Tottenham lost to Monaco, so the English teams didn't do too well. And Feyenoord beat Man United on penalties in the Europa League. That is absolutely brilliant. And as you can see, Man City won this group, Aston Villa went through, and I just want to go through the group stages. The English teams dominated the group stages. I also wanted to show you the Champions League group stages as well. So Marseille dropped down to the Europa League, PSV, Fenerbahce, Ajax, Newcastle actually went pretty far. And this is the embarrassing bit. Man United, after dropping down to the Europa League, they lost to Feyenoord on penalties. But you know, we lost to Feyenoord on penalties last season, I think, or we lost by 1 goal in the semi-finals of the Europa League. And Beşiktaş brought Turkish glory in the Conference League. That is a remarkable thing that Beşiktaş and Basel went to the final, because they are both not having a really great spell in their history, to be honest. Especially Basel are really struggling in Swiss football, but they rolled back the years, the glory years, and they went all the way to the Conference League final. West Ham lost to eventual winners Beşiktaş in the Conference League. Ferencváros knocked out Copenhagen. Now that is really awesome, but then they lost to Wolfsburg. And there were some big teams in the Conference League like Atalanta, West Ham, and they couldn't win the whole competition. Real Sociedad, it was Beşiktaş who won the Conference League, Wolfsburg. So Beşiktaş were not the favorites. I already showed you the Premier League top scorers, but I just want to go through quickly of them. You can pause the screen at any time if you want. Darwin Núñez with a brilliant 20 assists in the Premier League. McAllister and Diaz was also up there. And clean sheet wise, we need to keep more clean sheets next season for sure. And the FA Cup was Luis Diaz's competition. He scored 2 goals in the final and he scored a 94th minute winner in the semi-finals against Man City. Absolutely fantastic season for Luis Diaz. And McAllister had the most assists in the FA Cup. So I'm really happy that we won the FA Cup and we also got the top scorer award and the top assist award. McAllister was the top scorer for us in the League Cup, and De Bruyne had the most assists. Jota had 2, just like Jones and Darwin Núñez. And Alisson had the joint most clean sheets in the League Cup. The Champions League top scorer was Antoine Griezmann, and the biggest problem was that we didn't really have anybody in the Champions League who scored a lot of goals, but Jota had 8 assists in 7 games, so it wasn't because of Jota that we didn't go further in the Champions League. Rafael Leao scored 12 goals and Morata scored 9 as AC Milan won the Europa League. What an impressive campaign by AC Milan, and hopefully next season they will be in the Champions League. And I would like to meet them. I like to play European giants in the Champions League. That's what it's all about. And Besiktas with Aitor, who is probably a Spanish striker, he was their top scorer and he helped Besiktas win the whole Conference League competition, which is really impressive. That is actually a big underdog story. And Dibus won the most clean sheets with my home city club Ferencváros. That is amazing. I still can't believe that our manager rating is weak when we had such an amazing season and we completed every objective apart from, you know, this clean sheet objective and the Champions League winning objective. But yeah, the problem is that these two objectives are low priority, so yeah, next season we need to do better. Also, just a quick recap of our transfer dealings. Pop is going away to Damak. We loaned out a lot of young players, and this guy Varga was sold. We made only one transfer. We swapped Ginter with Lacroix because Ginter was only signed to complete the board objective. We also brought in Grabara. I think that was a very good signing. I really enjoyed using him, but probably Kelleher will get his spot. We don't want like free goalkeepers at our club, and we spent quite a lot of money last season on some big players. And we made £320 million of a profit for Liverpool. We also got huge amounts of prize money, and merchandising money is almost 400 million. And we only spent, we only earned 7 million back from transfers. We spent 170 million pounds net spend on transfers. That's a pretty big hefty spending. So I think, just to keep it realistic, next season I will not spend as much money because our squad is pretty complete. Nunez, Szoboszlai and Gakpo were the highest selling shirts, and we sold 7.3 million shirts. That is really impressive. And yeah, our current budget is a whopping 145 million pounds. That's really unrealistic. I mean, Liverpool spent 170 million net spend in season 2. There is no way that in season 3 we should have 200 million available. So EA needs to fix that. And this looks beautiful, that 4 of the 5 competitions that we entered, we have won them. That is really awesome. In 59 games we scored a whopping 130 goals. So we were the entertainers, scored more than 2 goals per game. And yeah, last season we had a disappointing season. We only won the Premier League. So this season it was much better. And let's find out who got promoted from the Championship. Bournemouth, of course, and Southampton, who got promoted straight away. Luton, Sheffield United, Norwich and Stoke City will do a playoff. I want Luton Town to get promoted because they are doing amazingly well in the Premier League in real life, and it makes it more realistic. But I like it that 2 South Coast clubs, Bournemouth and Southampton, who have been regularly in the Premier League, and also Stoke, Norwich, Sheffield United have previously been in the Premier League regularly, and Sheffield United are in there currently right now. So yeah, I don't mind anybody who gets promoted. Bristol City knocking Bournemouth out in the FA Cup semi-final is amazing because Bristol didn't get promoted eventually. Paris Saint-Germain won the French league by an absolute landslide. Borussia Dortmund won the Bundesliga ahead of Leverkusen and Bayern Munich by just 1 point. What a title race this has been by the Bundesliga. Absolutely amazing. And big club Schalke got promoted and stayed up from the second Bundesliga. That's good to see. Juventus won the Serie A ahead of Napoli, Inter and AC Milan. So the big 4 clubs qualified for the Champions League. PSV won the Dutch league ahead of Ajax and AZ Alkmaar. Benfica won the Portuguese league, even though Sporting won the Europa League last season. And Atletico Madrid won the Spanish league, the La Liga, ahead of Real Madrid, and Villarreal finished ahead of Barcelona. Now that is an amazing story in Spain. Girona, who are in the title race in real life, only finished 13 in FIFA, so that shows how big of an achievement that is, that they are in the title race this season. And this looks amazing, that our season 24-25 results are 4 trophies out of 5. What an amazing season we had. And finally we get the email that we wanted, that the Liverpool board is keeping me on. I mean, they said that they are not entirely satisfied. I like their ambition, but we won 4 trophies out of 5. Surely that must count for a lot. And this is where I will end this episode, because the new season starts in the next one, in season 3. I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.